It's been really cold out and chili was requested in my house, so I'm going to make chili in my crock pot. But first I do have to soak some beans because I am out of canned beans. And the way to do that quickly is in the Instapot. I do that by putting 1 part beans to 2 part water in my Instapot, setting it for about 5 minutes, and then letting it naturally come down off the steam all by itself. And that should make beans soft enough to put in the chili. You do want to rinse the beans, especially if you're using kidney beans, after your quick soak in the Instapot to get rid of any of the toxins that kidney beans can have. Once that's done, it's time to start the chili. So I'm going to put some lard in my crock pot with the setting on saute. If you don't have this, you can just put all the ingredients in the crock pot and press start. But I find that sauteing some of the ingredients first deepens the flavor of the chili. So I'm going to melt my lard. You don't have to use lard. You can use any oil or butter, but I use lard because we make it here off of the fat from our animals. I already had some onions chopped in the freezer, so I'm going to put those in, as well as garlic. This is the last of my garlic from this jar, so I'm just going to throw it all in. I don't really use measurements. I eyeball everything and saute that together till the onions are translucent and it smells delicious. Once that's done, you can put your ground beef in your Instapot or your pan, whichever you're doing it in, and saute that and brown it until there's a little bit of crispiness to the beef and it's brown. You don't want to stop when it's just turning gray and cooked. You want to really make it a deep brown because it will taste better that way in the chili. Once that's done, it's time to add my tomato sauce. I'm adding 2 cans of crushed tomatoes to my chili. Next, I'm adding my beans that I soaked in the Instant Pot. I'm also adding a can of black beans that I had in my pantry because I do like to have different types of beans in my chili. And last, I also add a can of corn. I like adding corn to my chili. It gives it a brightness to color and flavor. If it's in season, I'll cut the corn right off a corn cob. But for now, I only have canned because it's out of season, so I'll add a can of corn. Next comes seasonings. Of course, salt and pepper. You always want to put salt and pepper on everything. Then I add chili powder, cumin, paprika, and a little bit of cayenne pepper. We do have kids in the house that they don't like the spice, so I add some, and then when people want to have it with their dinner, they can add some. Oh, and onion powder. The frozen onions don't have as deep as a flavor as I want, so I did add a little bit of onion powder to help with that. Then you're going to mix that all together and let it simmer on low all day. If you don't have all day, you only have a few hours, you can simmer it on high. The low and slow is the best way. And here's a picture of what it looked like when it was all done. Stay warm and have a good day.